way this guy's playing is really weird, by the way, but I haven't seen anything that for sure is cheats. I think he probably is cheating, but it's super obvious. Or like blatant. The way that he keeps positioning himself to me is obvious, but it is not like him tracking someone through the wall and being like, yeah, we're done. He's clearly walking through the walls and like trying to swing as soon as he thinks he has the advantage. Unfortunately, it's not as entertaining as Siege to watch. Which I can understand if you like specifically want to just watch Siege content. Sure, it's different than Battlefield content, but like, you guys tell me that this is what you're having fun watching. Not like hacker replay or me in particular, but just like the amount of cheats that are in this game. You're just having fun watching people. Like every lobby is just filled with cheaters. I can't imagine that's fun. I also think people say that Siege is just more fun to watch because they don't give the other stuff a try, whether it's my stuff or other content creators. Like I don't think many people are actually giving it a try. They're like, nope, Siege is just better. We always like Siege. That's my theory. Thank you, Venray. Also, I think we can all agree this guy is very likely cheating. I'll still watch a bit more to see if I can get like a shot of him just tracking someone or being even more blatant, but he is constantly like staring at people through walls and following them, so he clearly is walling. Who the fuck is gonna waste $70 on a game? To quote Pokemon, if you're broke, just say so. Also, Red Sec is free. Yeah, he's like clearly walling because he's like looking up at him. Even though someone's pinging, it's still very obvious that he's just staring at them through the walls and he only wants to swing when he sees that it's safe. Cleared it and he's just staring at it. Well, this guy's definitely walling. Okay, so Look Cookie's on fire is previously a bronze and copper player who is now in diamond. Or actually, reached diamond, now in emerald. That does track. Because he looked pretty like slow and hesitant to do stuff, but he always knew where everyone was and was destroying people. Bro, he's even playing Dual Front. Ubisoft. These are the people playing Dual Front, not new players. I guess he is kind of new, but not people who are just like casual and want to get into the game. Cheaters. This is the type of person who's playing the game mode that you guys spend years developing. They're probably doing it, you know. This is 100% this is not true. But could you imagine if cheaters are playing Dual Front because Ubisoft, theoretically, in their eyes or whatever, wouldn't ban Dual Front players because they need to prove that Dual Front wasn't a waste of money? So that the cheaters play Dual Front to avoid a ban. That it's not happening. It's clearly not the case, but could you imagine? In this next match, we have Lord Cucumber, who's accusing Steady Stealths and Grey Goblin. Since there's two people being accused, I'm going to go on a limb here and say it's probably cheaters. But we don't know yet. Maybe he just lost to two really good gunners with iron sight guns. I don't think he even saw him on the first peek, right? Oh, and there's an Azami there as well. I don't think that Azami showed up last time. Very likely he's cheating right off the bat. Since it also looks like he's trying to push people out. And he's just sprinting around without a care in the world. He knows that it's safe for him. He's definitely cheating. Let's see the Twitch. Okay. They got cheats that tell them where everyone is, but they don't have common sense because he doesn't know the map layout. He's trying to shoot people through hard walls. Which I assume means that if I pull up their accounts, this match was only 2 days ago. They're probably brand new players who are just cheating plainly. They don't seem to know how the map works or where people are, where walls are. And he saw Ella, but he didn't realize that he could see her. Instead, he's just staring at the other people. He doesn't even know what a team gets. This is someone who probably is cheating. Like, literally their first game ever. Actually, I think this was ranked, so they probably bought an account. I assume he must lose this gunfight here, right? Oh no, he wins that one. But he's still struggling to understand where he can shoot people. Should I shoot from the wall? I mean, he doesn't know that Master can have an angle on the bomb. Oh no, he does. He's just missing. How many rounds? This is 6 rounds. I assume they have to win, surely. Yes, they do. Steady, Stealths, and Grey Goblin. Let's look them up. Why do people cheat when they're starting the game? If Peter's still here, he can answer the question. You guys might know Peter. He, when he first started playing Counter-Strike, he cheated. And he says he doesn't regret it one bit. He was a child, but he said it helped him win the game really quickly. Steady Stealths, level 71, banned today. I don't know, what's the other guy's name? Grey Goblin, 535. How are these guys banned, but then the 35 KD guy is not? I'm not saying that they shouldn't be banned, but like, you know. Oh, this guy's not banned. Okay, he definitely bought this account. There's no way he was an emerald or plat. He definitely purchased this account, probably this season. His headshot rating is at 90+. I bet if we scroll back far enough, we'll see when he wasn't cheating. Actually, he only just started cheating. He started cheating on Halloween Day. Because look, 90, 90, 90, and then before that, it's like 50, 60, 60. Which is still pretty high, but when you're in the low ranks, it's pretty easy to just, like, kill people with headshots since everyone is terrible. Yeah, so he only just started cheating yesterday, or 2 days ago, but he bought the account, I believe. Because, like, I doubt he cheats, like, sporadically. Like, he'll cheat for a little bit and then stop. There's no way. Next match is on Canal. The guy reported was Diamond 3 today. I submitted the clip and he is at Champ top 1500 at the moment. I don't know if this guy will ever get banned with my report alone. I believe that your contribution for reviewing it will get him banned, but full on 2 days cheating to Champ is crazy as I do this. So just so you know, me reviewing these matches and reviewing people does not get them banned. There was a time where one of the people who helps ban cheaters would watch all of my hacker replays and then ban everyone who hadn't been banned yet. But I've been told since then that that has stopped. That was not something I asked them to do. That wasn't even something I knew they were doing. It just came up in conversation, I think in Boston, where I was talking to them and I was like, oh yeah, like, if people wanted to get like free bans for Siege, like you could like, hacker replay, and they're like, I watched every single one of yours and would ban all the people in them. I was like, oh, okay. So that's how I learned about that. But as far as I'm aware, they don't do that anymore. They stopped doing that because it was like obviously not sustainable or other stuff comes up, blah blah blah. But banning 6 cheaters a week from my videos is not very much. Also, usually by the time my videos came out, most of the people were banned. There would only be like 1 or 2 stragglers. Which obviously we hope that when I record a video on Sunday and post it on Wednesday, that in those 3 days that the person who's blatantly cheating is banned. Okay. In this match, match, we have Quaint Axe, who's accusing Lucy Lou. Is that 2 breaching charges they just put down? Or Maverick put down a Claymore. Interrogation from Cav. I think interrogations last 12 seconds. That looked like a reaction. He was aimed like low to the right because he probably could only see the icons, and then he like reacted to seeing Blitz's head and shot him, right? He's also not doing like what all the cheaters have done that we've seen so far, where they just always position themselves to be ready for the enemies. He seems to just be holding whatever he thinks people might eventually push. Oh no, he doesn't die, but he just doesn't die. Well, I don't. He did not get the kill. I assume he heard the fuse sprinting there because he has a shield. Okay, he got his fender is going off on upper bridge. You can see on the left side, so he knows that fuse is over here. He doesn't know where he is exactly, but he knows that he's on the bridge. That look fine. Also, I don't want to call it early, but I have a feeling that this is not going to be a cheater match. I feel like this guy's maybe going to be innocent. Oh, it's a 9-round match as well. Okay, we gotta buckle in. He got confused by sound there, which is... Okay. I think it's a bad lobby. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think these people are that good. Especially when doing that. So I don't think this person's cheating. I think the lobby is just bad. Although I guess I will say, based off how they're like moving and acting, they look like coppers or bronze players, but this guy seems to be better. Like, I wouldn't say he's copper or bronze. Maybe silver or gold. Maybe silver. Definitely silver. So I think he's just slightly better than the rest of the enemies. Good flick. He didn't even realize he was there, but that was a good flick. Our match replay selected anyways. I basically just go through all my submissions and I'll just click on them, and I, by default, will usually not take matches that are 4 or 5 rounds or less, because those are usually really bad ones, since they're just quick match and blatant cheaters. But I sometimes will take them if someone talks about a new cheat that they might be using. A lot of my recent hacker replays have had quick matches, because that's where a lot of new cheats are being used. But yeah, I get like 100 submissions a week, and I only look at 6 of them, so... It's just kind of a random process, but also it has some format to it. While I appreciate all the submissions, and I don't want people to ever stop submitting, even if they think it's not going to get reviewed, there is a lot of matches that just don't make the cut because it's just not entertaining. And the reason why I always say to never stop submitting is if we ever do end up doing another one of those hacker replays where Ubisoft bans people for me, it's nice to have all those matches submitted as backup in case. Yeah, I don't think this guy's cheating though. The way he's moving and the way he's fighting, it just makes it look like he's reacting based off of what he hears and sees. There isn't been a single pre-aim or like a setup where he's waiting for someone. He literally just running around and reacting to people. If I do remember the submission correctly, I think this guy might have been reported because he said on the previous match he did really terrible, but on this match he popped off. Hey, that happens. Maybe not to you guys watching this stream or when it becomes a YouTube video. Maybe you guys don't pop off, but some people do. Sometimes I only drop like 1 or 2 kills. Other times I can drop 15. Inconsistency is just part of Siege. On Reddit a while ago that some people use Zim Chronos because they have a physical disability / difficulty. Can someone learn this? Always assume Chronos Zim is still cheating. So basically, the logic they use there is something like, oh, I have a condition that doesn't allow me to use a controller. Just to name one, it's not like usually a crazy debilitating condition, but carpal tunnel can be really hard to use a controller with because you're like gripping it and it hurts your carpal tunnel. So mouse and keyboard, actually, I guess that one's kind of the opposite. It depends. If you do like claw on controller, it can hurt a lot, but I guess if you play normal, it's better. So I don't know. Like, conditions like that, stuff that like affects your hands, arms, your movement, whatever. Some people will use things like, well, controller hurts too much, or I can't use it. But then it's like, well, then it's playing on PC. And they're like, well, I can't afford that. It's like, bro, you are playing on a console that you have to pay monthly or yearly for just to have access to like the internet. And then on top of that, you are buying hardware to cheat in the game. So I'm like, I don't necessarily believe it when people say that. I know there are cases for it, but I think the cases are so few and far between that most people use those excuses. They're like, no, I need it. I remember when they finally introduced Mousetrap, so many people came out of the woodworks and they're like, well, I use Zim, but it's because I need it. I can't play the game without it, like, because I have a disability. It's like, no, you're just saying that because you don't want to get banned or you don't want to get punished. Oh, he has the anime girl skin. Chat's favorite. Also, I do think if I don't see anything this round, I might just skip to the last round. I don't normally like to skip rounds, but it seems pretty innocent to me. Thunderbird reinforcing there, I didn't realize that. That one was a little bit surprising. He would be able to hear Mozzie sprinting away, but the fact that he like swung and pre-fired that was pretty good for what looks like a silver lobby. My guess is this is probably going to be someone who's normally like bronze who finally made it to silver. He's learning the game more than other people and just shitting on them. See, he is an 8 for one. He's also droning a lot. Like, I think if he was cheating, he would be pushing in more and just being the spearhead, but instead he's, I assume, calling out and pinging for people instead of just running in and killing. No, you don't do anything. This is your therapist. If it's syndrome, there's a high chance it hurts when you use mouse and keyboard. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best example, but I'm just saying stuff like that. Like conditions that might make it hard for you to use one or the other. Because like we've had people that a long time ago where we were like, you use it really hurts. But then we've also had people like Priest who complains that his carpal tunnel syndrome hurts if he uses controller because he goes claw. He's like, it hurts so much to hold the controller, but that's the only way he plays. So then mouse and keyboard is actually better for him. But it all depends, because also like carpal tunnel is only really an issue on PC if you really put your arms like at the edge and you drape your wrist over the edge. or at least like ever since I started using the whole desk and having my arms just sit on the desk, I've not had any carpal tunnel syndrome issues at all. Back in the day, I used to have a lot. That's because I would play with my mouse like on the edge of the desk, and carpal tunnel would just be pushing against the desk edge the entire day, which is good. Also, if I'm seeing this correctly, I just skipped from round 4 to round 9. He went from 8 kills, I think it was, or 9 kills to 10 kills in 4 rounds. I don't think he's cheating. Thank you for the 7 months, Ace. We have carpal. I don't have like full-blown carpal tunnel, but obviously, like, carpal tunnel syndrome is a thing that develops over time. So, usually, if I would play a lot, I would start to feel it more and more and more. And then I would have to take breaks and be like, okay, I'm going to, like, stretch out my arms a lot. I'm not going to use my computer as much, stuff like that. But ever since I started, again, using the whole desk, I've just never had any issues again. Because, like, I do remember back in the day, my whole arm and hand especially would just go really tingly when I would play for too long, which was carpal tunnel. So yeah, with this aim, I don't think he's cheating. He is having like decently fast reaction time, I would say, but still nothing like unheard of, especially when people are pushing it away. He just swings, he's like, oh, they're over here. Is guitar really bad for carpal tunnel? I've always heard bass is really bad for carpal tunnel because they have to hold it like this for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think he's cheating either. Yeah, I can understand why if this is the one I'm thinking of. Let me quickly check. Okay, well, this is the one. I'm looking at the text document. He says basically this guy was in his last game and he did extremely bad. But then suddenly this game, he popped off. So he thinks he's a bad player who's using bad cheats. And he does say that he moves around like a bot a lot, spinning for no reason, not even in a fight. But everything I've seen, it just looks like he's just walking around and waiting for people. And sometimes he'll hear stuff. And at least when I play the game, if I hear something, I'll sometimes spin around as well to try to locate exactly where it is. Because if I'm standing here looking at this and I hear movement, like, am I hearing that right? I'll turn and be like, okay, if I'm still hearing it from the same spot, then I know where it is. I don't know how to describe it as other than like echolocation, basically. Yeah, so he's basically just complaining that this guy, when he was on his team, was bad, and then when he was on the enemy team, he was a fucking god. Which, like, to be honest, I feel like that happens in 90% of lobbies. My teammates are always bad, and then when they're on the enemy team, they're amazing. They're gods among men. And then the cheater wins. I don't think he's cheating. We'll look at his stats. There's always a possibility that I just don't notice it, but he is. Oh, I was right. Wait, he's platinum? Do I just not know what a plat looks like? This was on to now. How long ago? This was on Halloween. Oh, it was unranked though. Let's look at the enemy team. Plat, gold, silver, copper, silver, mainly copper. I don't think he's cheating. I think this is just a super low level unranked lobby and he just killed a lot of people. They had 2 coppers on their team. I don't think he was cheating. I think he either just started popping off, which happens to everyone, or he took advantage of the fact that the enemy team seemed kind of bad across the board. Or not across the board, but or more bad with individuals. Like, he had, the guy who submitted it had 2 teammates who were negative toppers, so what are you going to do in that situation? I have an extra match, but we'll watch the border one first, and then see if we have time for another one, because this has been an hour so far. It'll probably get edited down to about 40 minutes. We'll see how long this match is. But anyways, in this match we have ZP-Dot, who's accusing Slixy, the Dokkaebi. quick here, you happen speaker. Average DMR is quite the bold choice. We saw him cross right there. I think that was fine. What is he doing? What is the point of this? This means that he's either a cheater who's really bad and doesn't know what to do, or he's just a normal player who doesn't know what to do. I guess those are the only two options. He missed every single shot there. But it did look like a reaction. It looked like he reacted to the fact that he was staring at Kite. Oh, they just ran into a Kapkan crowd. I would say right off the first round, though, I don't feel like they're cheating. He thought up some insane tech for that Mav hole open for post plant. So that Mav hole really helps you in any situation, but hey, what do I know? I'm just some chump who plays this game every day. Did he? Hold on, let's talk about the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, oh, he did not collateral them. I don't know why, but Nomad's already low HP. ZP gets a back-to-back boss G kill. Kinda crazy. He does get at least 2 kills here. Actually, 3rd kill as well. Bro, this enemy team, they need to ban Kapkan. The amount of Kapkans they keep running into is insane. So I find this part a little weird. So he does react to the Vigil being outside, by the way, very quickly. Vigil gets a kill, and he immediately goes to hold him, which is fine. You can react that fast. What's kind of weird here is, so he takes up the launcher, he shoots it, pulls out his gun, and it's like he's waiting for it to react to the person in the corner. And then when it doesn't, like, mark him right away, he pulls out the scanner again and was, like, ready to shoot another Grim canister. It's like, why does he want to shoot another one there? Because in his mind, let's just say he doesn't know what mine's there. Let's say there are no outlines and you shoot it there. You're just going to assume it cleared that whole corner, aren't you? But instead, he goes to pull out another one and is ready to shoot it. And he's like, oh, never mind, there he is. I know it's early, but that part right there makes me feel like he might be cheating. Especially because, like, we'll see. Yeah, he doesn't even care about it here. He does it there and it's just like, he shoots it and just leaves it. But to me, that feels like he knows that someone was there and he was wanting to clear them out. This was a hard breach he could just use to get into sight. Let me just do this real quick. So, he drones out everything. He has no idea that Mute has now moved in. He can't know this. Because he's on his drone paying attention over here. He could possibly hear Mute moving around, but he wouldn't know that Mute's right here. Mute does make the mistake of moving a little bit, and it looks like Grim realizes that. I'm still suspicious though of that whole Womai incident. Part of me, in my gut, feels like this guy is cheating. And he is doing a decent job of hiding it. This is also crazy, by the way. Droning when you're on site behind the bomb is absolutely ludicrous behavior. What? So he pushes in. He knows Frost is here. He can hear her getting shot at and shooting. And then he tries to go for the knife. I guess, capitalize on that moment, right? Stuff like that, whenever I see it, I'm like, especially after that Womai incident, I don't think he was trying to throw a little bit or make it not too suspicious. I think he thought Frost was at the doorway. That wouldn't really make much sense, depending on what rank this lobby is, but logically, if your teammate's shooting at Frost and you hear Frost really close, and the hole in the wall is open, why would you just assume that Frost is there? Let's see, how Buck knows that this person is prone there. I saw a drone on the balcony that was looking right at that person prone there. The drone is still here. Okay, so never at any point does Buck go on the drone, and never does anyone ping it as far as I could tell. Okay, so this is Deimos' drone. There is no punch hole here. No punch, no nothing. We'll watch Deimos' drone and see if anyone gets on it. So it's the west balcony drone. Ash gets on drones, moves hers around. There's that guy. And then Fuse gets on drone. No one else gets on drone. It's starting to look like he's cheating. But there is the chance that maybe, because I do that spawn peek a lot, maybe he's just like, oh, I've died to this before, I'm gonna pre-fire it every time. Maybe. But I think it's more likely he's cheating. Actually, drone probably a copper lobby. You're not wrong. Now there's 0 and 3. If there was ever a time to cheat, I think now's the time. As I always say. Looks like he does die pretty early though. I would be willing to bet off of that it's very likely he's cheating, but and that as well. It looked like he was ready for the Finka. Like I think he's cheating. I'm kind of proud of myself for realizing he was probably cheating because of that Womai play. I don't want to, like, stroke my own dick too much, but, like, I clued into that. I was like, this guy looks like he knows that someone's in that corner, even though he shouldn't know that. I think he's definitely cheating. Let's watch round 9. Wait, oh, he downed the wall. Let's watch from the beginning. He's very ready for this buck. The pre-fires as well, bro. And he knows he downed him. He tried to aim at him prone level. He's definitely walling. I would not have assumed walling from the first few rounds, like right away. He kind of seems, you know, just like a normal player, but he is 100% walling now. He's reacting way too quick to half this stuff. Especially when I think before we said this felt like a lower rank lobby as well. Cheater Mike Gaming, he says he can't get banned because he's DMAs or anything I can do. There's nothing you can really do as an individual. Unfortunately, the cheating issue is much more in Ubisoft's core. But a lot of people like to claim they can't be banned because they're DMA, but DMA cheaters can still be banned. The only thing is, essentially what DMA does is it runs their cheats on another device. So they'll never get banned for having cheats on their device because their device doesn't have cheats. So they're right in that sense. It's like, yes, since they don't have cheats on their current computer, BattlEye probably would hide those cheats and ban them. But they still have cheats on another computer, so if they get reported enough and are being obvious with their cheats, they're going to get banned. The game doesn't have to confirm that you have actual cheating software on your PC to ban you. It just has to say that you're suspicious and ban you. So they're usually just trying to... I think when they say that, they're more so saying it to try to convince you to not report them. Because if they're like, I'm DMA, I can't get banned, you'll be like, well, fuck it, what's the point? And just not report them. But reporting them is still important. Because every report does add up. Now, obviously, individual reports aren't going to get someone banned, but if someone gets reported a lot, they'll get looked into. Who the fuck puts in effort with 2 PCs just to cheat? I mean, there's a lot of really sad people out there who have never been good at games, so they use DMA cheats to make themselves feel better. The thing that a lot of people always forget about is that, like, there's people out there who have a lot of money and just no morals or desire to actually, feel accomplished. Like, there are people who are willing to just spend money to get an accomplishment, basically, which is what cheating is. They do it because they're like, I don't care. I don't care if I'm not legit. I just want to be champ. And you can see that he tries to fucking nail him through the bus. Yeah, he is cheating. Slixy. Let's find out. Is he banned? Slixy is currently in Platinum, peak of Emerald with a 1.6 KD and a 5 KD in Unranked. I think that's only one match, surely. Yeah, it is one match. Yeah, he is cheating. It is incredibly obvious, especially at the end. We'll see if he ever gets banned. Probably not. Okay, I think that's going to be enough for Hacker Replay today. There's new cheats that we got caught today. People who toggled on. We're seeing also some innocent people getting reported, which is perfectly fine. That's actually what we prefer as well. We prefer to receive a few reports where it's just like, this guy wasn't blamed, but there's a possibility he might have been cheating. Because that's always interesting to see as well. Why someone might think they're cheating. Because like we saw with the Canal one, the guy thought he was cheating. He's like, hey, he was terrible on my team, and now that he's on the enemy team, he's a god. It's like, yeah, that happens though. Happens a lot. It's always bad on my team, amazing on the enemy team, but not cheating. The rest are all, I think, cheating. We have a few things. The very first one, I don't think we've seen this specific cheat. We've seen fast punching, Maverick bullets, but apparently in this match, there's a cheat that allows the cheater to kill everyone on the enemy team instantly. PKY is accusing the guest account. And based off of what I'm seeing, actually, wait, did he just do the punch as well? Hold on. So on top of probably having an insta-kill thing, he can just thermite breach walls with a single punch. And he can punch the spine parts as well. So that's why I'm like kind of confused, because I'm like, I haven't faced any cheaters, like I said, in a while. I checked, and the last cheater I reported was 23 days ago. So I don't think I've been facing many cheaters. I even went into free-for-all to see if there were cheaters, because people keep telling me it's filled with cheaters, and I couldn't find any. But then these types of cheats exist. I'm like, how am I not facing them? I know I'm playing unranked, but generally in unranked, I would face one cheater every 2 days or so, and now I'm facing none. Oh, it just ended. He killed everyone, and then I think it crashed my game. It did. It crashed it. So he can just kill the lobby. We'll load it back up. I'll try to rewatch that part and see if it does just kill everyone. Yeah, dead, 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 dead. Does it crash the game? It did not. Oh, but going to the next round crashes it. Okay, so the replay is just a little broken, but it is just to insta-kill everyone. I'm gonna try to get a wide angle so I can, okay. So, no explosions, no gadgets from what I can tell, just everyone suddenly has a heart attack and dies. Guest EAXHHSBX. He has a 10.59 KD, and as far as I can tell, has not been banned. He hasn't played in a week, but the ban will only show up if he has logged in since he got banned. So there is obviously the very easy possibility that he got banned and he just never logged back in because he knew he was getting banned. So what's interesting is in round 1, he insta-kills everyone. Actually, no, he does it here in round 2 as well. He insta-kills everyone. Round 4, he does the same. He's not shying away from it. He is blatantly doing it. And as you can tell, he's getting aces all the time. So I assume people are just leaving. That's why he's not getting an ace every single round. 10.59 KD, but a 36.5% win rate. I'm going to guess it's because he leaves a lot of matches. He's abandoned 51 matches, only lost 3. So if he didn't abandon and he just stuck it out, he would be 82 and 3, which would be like a 98% or 97% win rate, I think. I'm gonna hope that Ubisoft has concrete evidence of that, but that is concerning. The fact that he's able to blatantly cheat like that and not get instantly banned is bad. Because I know Ubisoft loves to let people cheat so they can collect information and then ban them in like a surprising way, but if someone can instantly just kill the entire lobby, why are we letting them stay? Just ban them instantly and be like, yeah, it's obvious that you're cheating because you're killing the entire lobby instantly. I don't know what the benefit is of letting them cheat. But I'm no dev, so might cause people to take fall damage to kill them. No, because then he wouldn't get the kill. My guess is that, or actually my guess was a fuse charge, that he was just putting fuse charges on everyone and killing them, but there's no explosion. I don't know exactly what it would be. The fact that it's a skull icon means that he didn't inflict weapon damage or fall damage on them. He inflicted some type of other damage. The reason I say fall damage doesn't make sense is because if someone takes fall damage, it just says they suicided. You can't credit someone the kill for fall damage, but maybe they found a way around that. I don't know. Okay, so we already have instant kill everyone. Now we have, apparently, there's Siege Cup cheaters. I've been asking for a while for a Siege Cup cheater, but we never really got an actual like Siege Cup match. People always submitted the files wrong, so I think this is the first one we were gonna watch. Actually, no, we definitely had one before. I remember the Blackbeard cheating on Clubhouse. I'm gonna guess that the SAC team is the one who submitted this. I don't know who he's accusing of cheating, so we'll just have to watch through. And he was pretty blatantly just peeking over. My headset's $900, yeah. It is an expensive headset, but it is the best headset I've ever owned and will likely never replace. Damn, that was rough aim, but he got him. I know people like to roast saying it's too expensive for a headset, but like, you get what you pay for, guys. I love it. It's super comfortable. I use it all the time. It has amazing sound. Unfortunately for Siege, or for the headset, Siege sound is bad, so I do struggle to understand where people are in Siege, but that's because of the Siege engine. When I use the headset in Battlefield, I can hear everyone everywhere, and it's amazing. That was decent reaction, and then here. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that It's not Rook or Pulse who's cheating because they're both console players. We got Big Supreme basically and Aqua Wolf are both our consoles. So I'm gonna guess it's probably Doc or Rook or Lesion who might be cheating. I am really curious what rank this would be for Siege Cup, like S, A, B, C. It's probably, I'm gonna guess C based off how bad the teams look. Cause like they are reinforcing everything very much incorrectly. Was kind of a lucky shot. No one was watching cams that would see that. And he kind of like watched as the ace ran down the hall. Maybe this guy, I think this guy might be the one who's accused, and he also might be cheating. He just looks really bad. He just pre-fired the Osa. Okay, so he has no idea where they are. He knows they're coming this way. But he doesn't even see her, right? He only sees her after he starts shooting. Tries to pre-fire, misses. And then here, pre-fires again, but just so far off. Still can't see her. And then tries to aim right at her through the wall. Without having seen her at all. So if I had to guess, I'm assuming it's the Mac guy who's... No, and then he just pre-fired him through the wall over there. I assume it's the Mac guy who's accused of cheating. It definitely looks like he is cheating. It just also looks like he's really bad. I think he's cheating. I think this guy's definitely cheating. Like, he's constantly... Okay. The fuse put the cluster charge over here. And without him even really doing anything, Thunderbird just tried to shoot him and hit him through the floor. And he just shot the fuse charge there. No, okay, so Matt12141 is definitely cheating. No ifs, ands, or buts. He shot the, or was like looking at the cluster charge before it even went off, so somehow he knew it was there. He doesn't do anything until the very end here. He's definitely cheating. Matt12141. And since this is Siege Cup, it does mean that he is playing with a stack, and he might just be boosting the console people. But it's Siege Cup. I don't know if you really get anything from it. He is a peak copper with a 2 KD, but this is the only time he's ever played ranked. He's only level 56. A lot of rounds on Lion to probably try to make people think. He has a negative KD on Lion and on Rook, his two mains. So normally when he plays, he actually goes pretty negative a lot, but this is all quick match, like 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Then unranked went 4 and 2, ranked 7 and 5, but then Siege Cup 8, 7, 10, 1, 13 and 2. And then ever since he went back and ranked after 13, 7, 11 and 7, 10 and 2. He might just be a solo queuer, but he probably queued up with these guys in like the R6 Discord or something, because these are the only matches it seems like he's played with him. 6 matches total, 5, 3. So probably just randomly met up with them on some server and then played with them, but definitely cheating. Next match is on Outback. This one is a shorter one. It's only 5 rounds long, but There was one because the person I read through some of the file and I was like, I'm overall confused on what that was going on. But second off, I was like, they said that they don't think they're cheating, but they might be cheating. But we have Tobeans49 who is accusing. I think he accused Sorvin, Toilet Predator, and the Barcode. But when I read through the document, he basically just said these two probably aren't cheating. They're just weird. And then he's like, Sorvin might be cheating. Apparently, Sorvin is a top like 3,000 champ in the world, but plays like a bot. Let's find out. Yeah, this is only a 5-round match, so we might not get a lot of info, but seeing as how he should be a top 3,000 champ, let's see if he acts that way. I'm already questioning his setup. All 3 Runegates in one small room, but I guess that would very much slow down the attackers from pushing there. Accusation did say there's a possibility that he's not cheating, he's just being boosted or boosting, possibly. I'm like, what is going on, shit? This is why you don't play with your food. They could have killed him plenty of times. They left him alive, and then he killed both of them. Huh. He's